Oh, you started. Okay. Welcome to At the Nurses Station with Kelly and Sam, a podcast for nurses about everything except the patients. We are back on a nice fall day. I know we keep talking about the weather and these don't like drop anytime by when we record them. So I
I
don't know.
know.
That
It's
is
like
worth
it's
it.
100 degrees out, I think we said last week.
Yeah. And
Uh,
smoky. It's not. But other than that, how are you doing?
I'm doing all right. My 7-year-old is still asleep. We're recording this at like 10:20, and he's still asleep because he had a fever last night. So I'm just waiting for that door to open behind me with a lot of whining. But I don't know. Maybe we'll make it through the whole thing.
Do you already give him steroids? Do you like pre-medicate him when he gets a cold because you know it's coming or?
I used to. So he always gets croup because he had a trach. He's got all these airway issues. But yesterday he woke up with a barky cough, and by the time he went to bed, it was like a normal cough.
Oh, nice.
So that was kind of exciting. That was something new.
Okay.
And I pulled a Samantha. I did not give him one med all day long. He had chicken noodle soup. That was it.
I could have brought you some good bone broth too. I just made some,
Oh, nice.
but the beef kind of hurts your tummy, I think, when you drink it just straight. But it's okay. Well, it sounds like it really just is the size of the airway. They just have to
Yeah.
get bigger, huh?
Yeah.
To have it anymore. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
How are you? What's new with you?
It's good. Well, I told you all of my experiences trying to get back into adult land. So
Mhm.
I've pretty much just been recovering from 4 straight shifts of working, but it's been good. We're taking family pictures today, which is why you didn't even comment. I look so pretty. Thanks so much.
It's
Uh,
because I look like garbage, and so I just figured you knew you looked prettier than me at the moment. We didn't need to talk about it.
oh, okay. Yeah, so we're gonna go. My very nice friend takes our pictures, and I asked her if she could do them. I asked her this morning if she could do them this afternoon, and she graciously said yes, which is I don't think like very normal in the photography community. So I owe her a lot for this. So yeah, that's what we're gonna go do. I cleaned my rug. I scheduled my carpet cleaning. Yeah, I'm very excited about that. And I bleached the crap out of the rug and it looks so good.
Oh, good.
Very
I do
nice.
have a question back to the pictures. My girlfriend just got her family photos done. How often do you get family pictures done?
I only do it once a year for Christmas cards.
Oh, okay.
And
Um,
yeah,
I asked because I've never had family pictures done.
what do you
And
do for your Christmas picture? Your Christmas cards.
oh, I pick like the most ridiculous picture I can find usually of each child and make like a collage. But last year I didn't send Christmas cards. I finally gave it up because I realized I was spending all this time and all this money to send Christmas cards, and I don't feel like people really do it anymore. I feel like it's not
Oh,
like a thing.
well, you know that I have like a pretty small, like I only have one sibling and my husband only has one sibling. So our family is mostly like aunts and uncles
Yeah.
of the previous generation. And they are still very big Christmas card people.
Mm,
So
makes sense.
we Christmas card it up. But I tell the photographer, because we have another friend that has also done pictures for us and they're very beautiful. And I'm always like, I only need one photo. I don't need like me and Philip. I don't need me and the boys. I don't need the boys all together. I don't need Philip and the boys. I don't, no. I just need put us all in like the little triangle in front of something pretty, take a shot. Let's go. Done and done.
Oh, well,
But they don't ever oblige to that. So,
oh.
yeah.
Yeah, the last photo we have is when my 14-year-old was a baby and my daughter was like, so she would have been 5 or 6. And it was like at like J.C. Penney's or Walmart like photo
Oh,
booth. And it was horrible. Well, we were all wearing black or black and gray or something. And she
yeah.
put us in front of a black background. And so like my husband's body, like he just has like this dismembered head, because his shirt's gone. Well, it was on,
Yeah,
but
sure.
anyways, no, and I always think about like how great it would be to get like family photos. And now it's like, I think I've gone too far because to get them now, it'd be like, well, what happened in the last 15 years?
Well, your family's not trained to do it either.
No.
But I mean, I'm very, as you could imagine, against that. There was like a trend a few years ago of like wearing really billowy outfits and really big hats, like the moms, and just like walking through wheat fields.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then like the pictures are really far away. And I I don't, I guess I shouldn't hate on it. It's just not my jam. I don't get it. So I'm just like, just put us in front of something, take our picture so I could send it out to the aunts and uncles and so that we have something commemorative that
Yeah.
we existed. So,
If we go on a vacation or something, I do try and get like a really nice
oh, there you
picture.
go. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Just ask passerbys, like, can you take a picture of my family in front of
You say that in
the
Spanish?
ocean? Yeah. And usually that works.
Hmm. Nope. I used to like stress out about what we wore and that it matched. And I'm just like, you just can't wear the t-shirt and shorts and Crocs that you have on. I need you to put something else on your body. And you can't wear your hat. That was the big meltdown of this morning. But it's okay. So that's what we're doing. I do have a question to kind of start us off. And I think I prepped you for this weeks and weeks ago. But I listened to that podcast, the MCRIT podcast, and they were talking about working in a really hard unit and what happens when your nurse, like a nurse that you hire, doesn't meet expectations, isn't up to snuff. And while I really like the nurse that does the podcast, I felt like she dodged the question a little bit and was just like, well, we just work with them and we talk about expectations and this and that, which is blah. Um, how what do you think that we should do? What would you do? I know that you're not a nurse manager, but if a nurse isn't a good fit for a unit, either in socially, there's a problem with her fitting in because I mean, we can debate whether or not that's important. Or even skills wise, they're not meeting the grade. How should we handle that? I know how we do handle it, both
Well,
of
I
those things.
I do feel like that's two different conversations. I feel
Okay.
like socially you can't do anything.
Okay.
Um, you can't. Now, if somebody's doing something inappropriate or they smell bad or something, you can do something about that. But I will say, like, I'm I am really bad at snap judgments.
Okay.
And I try and remind myself of this because I generally don't like people when I first meet them. That's
Did you like me when you first met me? Because
I
we
actually
were
did like you.
okay.
So I guess shouldn't say I generally. I either I like you or I don't like you, like
Okay.
within the first 2 minutes of talking to you.
Mm,
Which is not a good trait to have. That's not something like I'm proud of, but I have learned to recognize in myself as I got older. And so some of the people that like I immediately was like, nope, no time for you. I we're not friends. Over working with them for several years, usually it doesn't take that long,
okay,
but
that's
I
good.
actually find them delightful and I love working with them and I
Okay,
have really learned to like their personality. It's usually just very different from mine.
okay.
Um, so socially, if you don't like fit in, I don't think that that's something that I think that's something that just kind of organically changes the longer you work somewhere.
Mm,
Um, Now skills wise, that that's a problem because some people don't progress in the role that they're in, no matter how much education or time you spend with them. And unfortunately, I think that nursing has, um, our culture has become such that anyone can do anything. And I
mm,
don't think that that's true. I don't think that every nurse is built equal. I don't think that every nurse is meant to be um, a hospice nurse
mm,
or an ICU nurse or an ER nurse. And instead of having that conversation of, I don't think this is the right fit for you, I feel like we continually give people more and more grace, which also leads to them not realizing themselves, this isn't a good fit for me.
hmm. I I agree with the skills. I think this also pertains, I will say, outside of nursing. Like, this is not
Mhm.
I think this is like any job,
Yes.
really, like, in any setting, but I in more highly social settings and high, like, team reliability settings, I do think that the social fit matters and
Mhm.
also f has an effect on skill.
Mm.
Like, it's hard for me to have a conversation with someone that I don't have a good, like, don't have good rapport with or don't have, like, a good social interaction with to help them be better in something or to, like to talk to them about those things, and I think the inverse is true as well. Like, if I don't feel connected to the team and somebody comes to me and says, "Hey, Sam, like, your splint skills," which is not something that we do, but are like that splint really like wasn't good and wasn't appropriate, but that's okay. Can I like help you do that? Or if I misalign and ask for someone to come in and help, if it's someone that I struggle to work with, it's going to be harder for me to learn from like when certain units come down and they're really snobby about it.
Mhm.
It's like, "Actually, I could learn from you because clearly you can do something that I can't do. Could we have a better connection so that we could give that feedback?" Um, but I agree that we don't do that, and I think that it should be more open. These are the expectations, like, you have to be able to function to these metrics. And we need to be more used to setting the metrics and telling our managers about the metrics
Mhm. I
because it
think I think it's a good point of, like, saying it's outside of healthcare. I think this is just, like, our workforce in general and is
yeah.
probably a generational problem. My husband works, in like, a steel factory, and um, they're part of a union, as we are as well, and
Mhm.
although I am pro-union, I hear some of the same complaints he has are the complaints that I have of people that don't measure up are
Stick around.
not allowed to be let go
Yeah.
because they have union backing, and that's really frustrating.
Yeah. No, I agree, and I think that that's what we see is I know that you're saying that they're 2 different issues, and my, like, hypothesis would be that they're actually connected. I don't think that you can have a nurse that is working in the team that doesn't either know what she's good at and not good at and stay in those lanes,
Mm,
and be part of the team cohesively, or just not be good at what she's doing and expect to have the same sort of, like, social standing and social interaction as all of the other nurses that are doing well. I think that because of how much we rely on each other, not only to take care of our own patients, but to know that the other patients are taken care of, which matters to us, I don't think you can divorce them. I
but
think
I don't think that you can correct one of them, I guess is my like, I
oh,
feel like you have to focus on the skill, right?
really?
And you only give so much time to that, and if you are years into this and the skill has not been corrected, then yeah, the social standing won't be there.
And so how do we correct behaviors in nurse all female land?
Well, it needs to be management.
But that's not what we do.
I understand that.
And I don't think it sh I think that it can be management. I think for skills and metrics, like, hey, you are, habitually not getting your orders completed within like the 20 minutes, which is our unit standard, unless there's something else going on, right? Or we like to see the room turned over in this amount of time. Like, if we had metrics that you could like fall back on, that should be management. But I actually, I don't really mind social intervention to correct social behavior, I guess.
I don't either, but I feel like if management were to take that approach, you wouldn't have as much
Oh.
social intervention needed. So
Oh.
I have seen a change over probably the last 10 years of um, our work being kind of corrected on a skill basis to more of, do you have a best friend at work?
Oh my
Like,
gosh.
that's one of the questions on our survey. Like,
It is.
um, you know, I don't care about if you have a best friend at work. I care, do you know how to run the rapid infuser when I need it?
Yeah, okay.
And I don't think that, um, and I don't think this is just us. I think this is like a global thing. I think that most jobs have gone too social with it. Like, do you fit in? Are we a team? Instead
Mhm.
of, can you do your flippin' job?
Yeah.
Like, how about we start there and then see? And I mean, that's why we're called like the mean girls, right? Because we have expectations of how you do your job, and I'm not always nice about it if repeatedly you haven't been able to do your job. And I feel like having that pushed down onto me, that I'm supposed to say something in the moment, correct behavior in the moment. Now, if I'm a charge nurse, yes, but if I'm just sitting next to you, it's not my job to monitor how well you're doing your job.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I feel like management has now pushed that onto us. And I don't like it.
Okay, I can agree with you. I think the number one thing is always skills. I think we're like very clear on that. I guess, and you were talking about how should it be? I agree with you. It should be that way. And you would naturally find the personalities that function well and with skill, and they probably naturally get along. You're right. I guess I'm seeing, like, saying, this is the world that we live in. And so, what are the tools that I have at my disposal to edit and to have influence on the little world that we live in? And I think that really the only tool that we have left, because we're not management and because we don't have these standards set, is having a social structure and a social hierarchy where if you want to climb and you want the things that you want in the unit,
Mhm.
tread lightly, um, then you have to be one of the in people. And that C.S. Lewis has a really great article about this called The Inner Circle. Everyone should read it. But there's always a more inner circle.
Sure.
Like, there's the ER, that's an inner circle if you're from med-surg. There's like the full-time people, that's an inner circle if you're not there very often. There's the charge nurses, and that's the inner circle if you're not a charge nurse. There's always a more inner circle, but the more you want to be in, the better you have to be at the skills and things that elevate you into those more what's the word that I'm looking for? More select positions,
Inclusive.
inclusive positions. I mean, you're not going to
Inclusive,
be a
yeah.
charge nurse if you're
Yeah.
not good. You
Yeah.
can't, you don't get to do that.
Oh, well,
Well, okay.
um, no, I agree with that.
Never mind. Stop.
Um, no, this is really interesting, and this is like, we are not even into our topic, but this
Yeah.
might just end up being our whole thing. So, my girlfriend and I just had this conversation because um all of our kids play baseball or have played baseball at some point, right?
Okay.
Um there's a point when your children grow up and you realize you're not going to make it. Like, this isn't your sport.
Yeah. Okay.
Um, and I feel like, I mean, unless you're the 0.01% that goes to the major leagues, everybody's going to make that at some point.
Mm.
And so we were discussing, is it our roles as a parent to basically tell your kid, like, you're not doing so great. Like, do you want to keep playing this? Because you're just like rolling around in the outfield. And like, I think something happened where nobody wanted to like warm up with her child because he
Mm.
like keeps moving out of the way, and he's at the age where you should be able to catch the ball, turn, throw, right?
Sure.
And so she was struggling because you don't want to be like a jerk and like be the one putting your child down, but also like natural consequences at some point should happen where you realize, hey, this isn't my gig, right? But in our culture, where we have gone to the point of everybody gets a ribbon, everybody gets the same number of, tries. I know with my youngest, he has special needs. And when he played baseball, everybody got 7 pitches, but not him. They would pitch him 25 times trying to let him get a hit. And while that's nice,
Sure.
also it's not realistic, right? That's not how the world works. Not everybody who needs more help is going to get more help their entire life. I feel like at some point we have to let people fail.
Yeah.
And management has to be the mom to say, hey, you gave it your best shot. This isn't for you. Maybe you're a bowler.
Maybe soccer's your gig. Well, or to have the conversation, say, hey, like, do you want this? Because if you do, this is the level of effort I'm gonna need to see. Like, right, like we're gonna have to
Yeah.
practice this out of you. So I'm gonna need to see more, like you either need to pick up more shifts or we can have shifts where you orient, or we can, like I need to see more effort being made towards the goal because I think, maybe you can do it, but
But sometimes we let people come and roll around in the outfield for
yes,
2 years,
I
and
agree.
then they're confused why they're not being placed in the higher
Mhm.
acuity sections.
Or the higher responsibility positions
Mhm.
in the unit. Like,
Right.
there are some positions that are fun because it looks like you're not doing anything, but the fact is you should be able to be doing lots and lots of stuff without being prompted and to do them quickly and appropriately and know which ones to do. And if you can't manage your own high acuity section, you can't possibly know how to do that. So,
And if you know, you know.
and if you know, you know. But anyway, so that's what I was like, I was listening to that episode and I was like, come on, girl, say it. Like, say that you just have to, that some people just can't work in a critical care. Like, I don't know that I could do it, honestly. The stuff she talks about, I'm like, that's 12 hours of being on roller skates, on your game, no looking up the policy. You just have to know it. Like it sounds like a high stress. I mean, they do ECMO, like down in the
Yeah.
ER. They're at doing all sorts of stuff. And I bet it takes so much mental energy to learn it and then to do it. I can see how not everybody can manage,
Right.
and that's okay.
Yeah.
Um, I do think though that CRNA school is very difficult to get into,
Mm.
and that makes me feel better about the world that we live in because not everyone should become a CRNA that wants to be.
Oh, yes. Okay, I
Yeah.
was like, "Wait, where are you going with this?"
I'm just saying I'm
Um,
glad they're selective because good heavens.
yeah. No.
That, you need to be the best of the best to be, keeping people alive while no one else is paying attention.
Yeah.
That's yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Amen.
So on that note, when it's not your, unit, or maybe you've been there for a long time, like, how do you know as a nurse or a professional or whatever, when it's time to, like, make a change,
Mm.
move on to something
When it's
else?
time to move on.
Yeah.
Well, I think there's different I mean, yeah, self-awareness, I guess it would be, like, number 1 of, like, how is this job making you feel? Like, are you stressed out every single time you come to work?
Mm,
Um, do you feel incompetent? Do you feel like
mm.
you don't fit in? Do you,
Are you bored?
oh, yeah, yeah,
I think you can leave for negative reasons, like you're saying. Not a good fit, bad work environment, maybe you have a micromanagey boss. Not currently, but, um, those are like, but I think there's also, have you ever worked with a nurse that's worked her whole career on one unit?
yes,
Many of
yeah.
them?
NICU is a major, like, if you're a NICU nurse, you're gonna work in NICU your whole life
Oh,
because I
really?
feel like it's such a unique
Yeesh.
and specialized thing. But that's why I left NICU ultimately was I'd done it for 10 years. I'd been an educator. I had done all the things and it was I just wanted something new. I wanted something to challenge me.
Oh, interesting. I was thinking I've only known of one nurse, and she had, like, worked with my mom, and it was adult tele. She worked her whole, like, 30-year career on the same adult tele unit.
That sounds
I
horrible.
I agree. I agree. Auntie Ray, if you're out there, kudos to you, girl.
Yeah.
Um,
But no, I mean, I think that you would probably more likely to find it in like an intensive care unit.
okay, something really specialized.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so you leave because things are bad. That seems reasonable, like, kind of obvious, kind of easy to feel. It's more I was thinking, like, I feel like I know when it's time to leave because, people know me too well, and I have lost my filter, and I
Mhm.
have lost my mystique, and I am no longer nice.
Oh, I like the I've lost my mystique. It
Mhm,
is
yeah,
kind of fun coming into a new unit and you it's like, if your kids, like, started a new school, right? Like, you can be anyone you wanna be,
yeah,
and then
yeah.
once they figure out that, "Oh, no, now they know me,
Mhm.
I gotta
Well,
go."
I think, like, that is, like, the first 2 years, it's like, "Oh my gosh, Sam, she's so nice. She's so sweet. Did you see she works so hard?" And then after, like, it's just, like, the slow, um, downhill of then, like, I can't keep my mouth shut about stuff anymore, I'm too comfortable, and then everybody is like, "Oh, Sam said that, didn't she?" Like, "Yeah, that was me." That's usually when I know. It's like, "Oh, I need to go somewhere else where I don't feel as comfortable and I can keep it together a little bit better."
So
So,
you're more comfortable if you're less comfortable?
yes, Kelly, I am all narcissism and all conscientiousness and 0% agreeability. You know this about me. I don't like replaying every conversation that I have for 12 hours, and I only worry about that when I'm comfortable and I say what's on my mind. So, yeah.
No, actually, I've never really thought about it this way, but I feel like you're onto something. I feel like when like, now I'm getting stressed out, like, I'm starting to, like, play with my clothes. Um, when the people you work with know everything about you,
Mhm.
um, and you can't really hide it anymore,
Mhm.
and somebody will be like, "Oh, well, remember when you said this 2 years ago?" And it's like, "Yeah." I do, but why do you remember that? That
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, we
Uh-huh.
might have gotten a little too comfortable.
Too comfy.
But
Yep,
I
it's
also
really
love that. Like, I love going to work and knowing, like, who I'm working with and what I can expect. But then there is that little bit of, like, what do people really think about me now that they
Mhm.
know who I am?
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, no, that's exactly I like knowing other people. I don't want people to know this all goes with my, like, type 1 psyche and the inner like, this is all you should be able to, like, write a textbook about this. I am just hit all the boxes here. Um,
So are you trying to tell me that you wanna move on? Is that what this is really about?
is that what this is like an announcement? No, it's not because listen, Kelly, our job is cush,
I
and
know.
we work with a lot of amazing people, so no, I'm not going anywhere, but you and I both have started to add into our repertoire
Mhm.
some other things, and that's kind of what got me thinking, this is the longest I've ever been in one, like, department is the one that we're in now, by almost double, and I think that that is a testament. I know we complain a lot, but we do work with it's a really good unit. We work with a lot of really, like, solid people, um,
Mhm.
that make up for some of the other stuff that we deal with.
I know,
Um,
and we do complain about management, but honestly, like, we do have, like, very solid managers that I
yeah.
feel like actually really care
Yes.
about us and our unit, and I think they are doing the absolute best they can. And we work with great providers. I agree. That's why I haven't left.
Right.
Um,
Which is to say the negative aspect of it is mostly taken out, but there's like an itch. There's like a I can't be in this box all of the time
Mhm.
forever.
Yeah.
Um, for
Yeah, so
me,
you've started, just cross training to another unit.
yeah, mhm,
I took on this little side gig of forensic nursing.
yeah.
So yeah, I think that yeah, that makes sense that we both were, like, looking for something a little different, but we're not ready to jump ship.
Yeah, because we won't ever get to come back.
Well,
It's
I don't know, everyone that leaves our unit ends up coming back, so
okay, well, you could come back in your position. I will never get my position back, so I'm like,
mm.
when I'm dead and cold, will I give up my position in in this department? But yeah, I think, like, so I don't know, that's just sort of what I thought that I would explore. I know for me, I know that it's time to move on when I come home and, like, I'm too complainy or I'm too anxious or, like, worried about stuff. I think specifically in our unit, it was a skills thing too. Like, I used to know how to do a lot of stuff that we had, like, a really traumatic kid come in and everything went fine, but I think I sweat through even my jacket and was just nervous and not confident, and I was like, I used to be able to do this. Like, this
Mhm,
used to be just another day in the life, and I have lost my footing, and
mm.
I need to get it back. I need to.
Because in pediatrics, we don't get the, same volume of critical
Yes.
that you used to get in adult land. That's what
Yes,
you're saying.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I'm just not the kind of person that can know something and then keep that, like, knowledge and competency for the rest of my life without using it, and I don't know if everyone is like that. I don't know if that makes me kind of like a more risky person or like a
No,
not
I
but
think that that's how most people are. That's why I think we pull out the, Belmont, when it's slow and say, "Hey, can we remember how to set this up?" Or, "Do you remember how to set up a chest tube?"
oh, that doesn't do it for me.
Well,
I
it doesn't. I mean, it's not perfect, but
Yeah.
I feel like practicing those skills hopefully keeps you on your toes. But yeah,
I
you can get too comfortable. That might be time.
Yes, too comfortable for me might be time, but for you, I think it might be something different. Yeah.
Um, I don't know. I feel like I'm such an enigma as far as
Oh my gosh, okay.
how I feel minute to minute. I mean, you've talked about this before. Like I'll apply for like any position just because like in the moment I'm like that sounds great. That's what I want to do. I'm going to change my whole life around. I'm going to do this. Um and then when it comes time to pull the trigger, I usually pull back and I'm like, "No, actually
Mm,
I'm good."
mm.
But I have learned that that is a good indicator for me of how do I actually like feel in my current role, my current position is I do like will look at other jobs. I will like picture myself in other jobs. I'll apply for other jobs and then it'll be like, nah, I'm good. I'm just going to stay here. But it's a kind of freeing just to like go through that process in my mind.
Okay, because you're not being held down in any way.
Yeah. Like the realization that I could really go and do whatever I want.
Oh, I'm the opposite. I don't ever look at jobs unless I'm like, "I hate it here."
Mm,
Okay, this is we'll go on a tangent for a second. My friends and I were talking about this because I have a friend that's in my best friend's in nursing school. I have 2 best friends, but I never, like, differentiate them usually in the moment, but there's 2 of them. This isn't the same person that I keep talking about. Um, sorry. So she's in nursing school. She just did her psych rotation. We were talking about if we were gonna be diagnosed out of the DCSM, I don't know, what are we on, like 5 or 7 or something?
mhm,
What would it be? I would 100% be a borderline.
mm,
For sure. I am like, "You're a good person, you're a bad person. This is a right decision, this is a wrong decision. I hate you, I like you,"
yeah,
or, bipolar,
yeah,
because I am, like, hot and cold all day long. But
yeah.
anyway,
I can see that.
would that be what are you what's your
Oh,
psychosis?
oh, anxiety. I mean, it's a real diagnosis.
Really?
Yeah.
That's what my friend said too.
Yeah, definite. I mean, I have, yeah, definitely have struggled with anxiety my whole life.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to ask you,
Oh,
like,
it's
I
okay.
feel
I
like
if you didn't know by now, I am not really shy about talking about my mental health,
I was,
and
like, sort of yeah. But you're like, "No, Sam, I really have this." I was like, "Oh, okay."
yeah.
My
I'm
bad.
medicated. It's
I
fine.
maybe you could have schizophrenia, you and George or whoever's running around your house. Gerald.
Yeah, Gerald. Oh, thanks for remembering. That's kind.
I did. I was talking to Philip about it last night. I was
Yeah, me and
telling him that
Gerald. Yeah,
you need
yeah,
to
we
get out of
hang
the
out.
house if he starts talking to you. We were watching a horror movie. I was like, "Did you know that Kelly has a ghost in her house?" And I told her she needs to leave if it starts talking. That's
No, he's friendly.
okay. Anyway, so yeah, yeah. Anyway, I'm hot and cold.
Yeah,
Good, bad. So yeah, that's when it's time to leave. But
yeah,
you look for new experiences and
I
want to
do.
grow. And I think that's
Uh,
amazing.
Not necessarily grow. I just, yeah, I want to change things up. I will say, okay, how often do you think about leaving nursing altogether?
Oh, I don't.
Like,
Mm-mm.
not even like envisioning it, like what you would do?
No.
Ugh. My girlfriend and I were walking through Northwest Seed and Pet. Oh, there's
Good
just a
job.
name of right where we live. Whatever. My girlfriend and I were walking through a plant slash pet store. And we also went to like some antique stores that day and some like vendor malls. And we had a whole plan on where she is a chef and I'm a nurse.
Ooh.
And we decided we were just going to rent a building and we're going to open up a vendor mall and propagate our own plants and find cool planters. And we're just going to live there and be happy. And it is a dream that I'm just going to hold on to.
I think I just finished watching a show where a lesbian couple opened a plant store.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, we will I
Just thrown
no,
out there.
we also talk about that as if our husbands pass away, we will get married. We have no sexual, tendencies towards that side, um, but that way we can just, like, move in together and, help each other around the house.
Get the tax benefits. Sure.
Yeah, actually, yeah, well, there's not a lot of tax benefits to be married anymore, unfortunately, but
Mhm.
there are benefits of, like, watching each other's kids and cooking, alternating cooking dinner
Health
and
your
things like
healthcare benefits?
that.
Yeah.
Healthcare benefits? Yes, yep,
Yeah.
for sure.
Well, no. So I did not nursey things, right? Like I went and did Epic for many years and did Meditech for many years before that and thought that like the work from home, 4 days a week, daytime is like the dream, and it's not. I
Oh,
hated it. It was like I really liked the work, but the schedule is just like soul crushing. I hate it I don't like it at all.
that's so funny. I just saw a job pop up that was like, a neonatal pediatric case manager, work from home, 9 to 5, and I actually had that thought. I was like, what would that be like? And I was like, horrible. If I had to
Horrible.
sit in this room for 8 hours a day and just like, ugh,
No.
well, first of all, I would fall asleep. I can't stay awake for that long of a period of time if I'm not like actively
Yes.
doing something.
So true.
So, I mean, I have like this couch behind me and that would be the napping couch and I would wake up to answer a phone call, I
Yeah,
guess. But
yeah.
no.
I guess if, like, there was a job where I could not, like, social media wise, but in one of my responsibilities, I have to, like, go to a lot of meetings and go to events and chit chat with people and get dressed up pretty. If I could make, like, a living wage doing that,
Yeah.
that would be okay. I would but I love being a nurse. It's really I think didn't we talk about this early on? Like, maybe for an unhealthy it might be unhealthy, Kelly, I'll tell you that. But it's, like, part of who I am. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I love it. And
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I'm the same. Like when I had my educator role, I really enjoyed like research and like putting together classes and teaching and like going on the unit and teaching things, but I really just missed using my skill. And if there was like a code, that's why like our managers, like, you know, if you ever see like a code happen, managers come scurrying Like,
Yeah.
and they like stand outside the room like,
Mhm.
can I help? Can I help? Can I help? And it's like,
Yep,
no, you're not allowed to. You're not wearing scrubs. Huh,
that's right.
sorry.
Look at your cute
And
shoes.
that's an
Can't come in
icky
here.
feeling. I don't like that. I
Well, when
want
you were
to
in
be the one doing the things.
did you feel I know when I was doing, informatics, I would, like, feel the need to be like, "Well, I'm like a real nurse too, you guys." Like, I was working at 2 different hospitals at the time, so I'd be like, "Well, I work like, you know that I still work as this at this other hospital," and,
Because it's not as cool to introduce yourself as like behind the scenes nurse.
no.
Mhm.
And it matters to us as nurses. Like, it does. We're really judgy about that, I feel like.
Well,
Um,
I feel like we've been through so much that, um, yeah, it becomes part of your identity, and when people don't think that you're cool,
it
you have
matters.
to let them know, "I'm really cool, guys."
Well, that was my new cross training gig when they asked me a bunch of questions. I was like, "Excuse me. Excuse me."
Mhm.
Like,
"Do you
yeah,
know who I
you
am?"
do all of this stuff. Okay, so switching units is like a normal thing in nursing. One last question. We do it pretty regularly. But have you ever met someone that does change units every couple years? How does that ever influence off the jump what I feel like I've met some people that switch often, and it always
Mhm.
makes me think a little bit like, "Why? Why do you have experience everywhere? Like, you're so cool, you've been to, you know."
Well, I can't think of anybody besides this one provider that we've already talked about that no longer works with us, but, like, if you're younger than I am and you've had 10 plus jobs, that makes me nervous.
That's a red flag.
Yeah. But I
Mm,
feel like that was more of a provider thing because I feel like providers usually stay where they are.
okay.
For nurses, it depends. Maybe it depends on their age. I don't know. When I first started nursing, like I moved a lot. Like so I changed jobs every 12 months just because like that's who I was in the moment. Like I moved
Okay.
around, that kind of thing.
Okay.
But yeah, if you've been a nurse for a decade and you've had 10 jobs, that's probably concerning.
Okay. I feel like I've met some people in adult land that when I was young and naive, I was like, "Oh, you must be like just the coolest traveler ever. Like you've done all of this stuff." And then like a couple weeks in, I'm like, what are you doing? Why are you doing it like that? Like, don't you know?" And so since then I've always tried to, but that being said, and I try to preface it, I started in the float pool in a moderately sized hospital. So I really like floated all over the place. And I was never like the best nurse at anything, but they let you go wherever you want to go. So
Yeah.
it's kind of nice to be able to see all of it. But yeah, there are also those nurses where I'm like, why have you been to every unit in the hospital?
Mhm.
Why didn't you stick somewhere? Makes me wonder.
And maybe they just haven't found their place yet,
That's
you
true.
know, because it takes, I say it takes a few years to figure out, like when you're a new nurse, what you're actually good at or what you actually want to do.
Well, and sometimes I wonder too when they say, well, it was just really the culture up there. I get that, but I also think one of the skills of working with all women, if you're a woman, I feel like men, it's easier for them, um, is that you have to figure out where you fit. I think I probably talk about this often, but like if you walk in and there's already an alpha, like that is not like you can't do that. You can't try to be even if you have more experience and you're older, like
Are you a believer in giving yourself a year? Because I know that was always my kind of thing. And I've heard other people say that of I'm going to give it a year. Like
no.
I'm going to stick it out for a year and then see because sometimes it just takes time.
Nope.
Oh,
I've never once thought that. I just
okay.
no, I'm a believer in, like, knowing my place. So even in this
Yeah.
in-service thing that I was talking about, like, they're all younger than me and have not been ER nurses for as long as I have been, but it's their unit, it's their show, it's their social hierarchy, and so I'm gonna be like submissive and lower on the totem pole in that time, because that's the most like that's what is required when you
Mm,
are new and you come in and like
sure.
I don't know. So sometimes when I hear people talk about like just not fitting in or not getting along well, um it can be true, but I think it takes like a couple of years to prove that, where it's not just like, was it them or was it you? Well,
But at the same time, you're saying, like, you want people to have self-awareness, and if you don't fit in, get out.
I know. Am I saying contradictory things? Is that
I
what you're
think
telling me?
so. I think
Ah, that happens sometimes. And I
once
don't
we go
know.
around in the circle, it's like, "Yeah, but wait, hold on."
Yeah, no, I want people to know their place. And no, I'm saying that those people are weird. I'm saying that people that don't get along with anybody are weird. And so I'm like instantly like kind of like hesitant about them and just
Sure.
like, "Eh, I don't know, maybe I'm the weird person. Probably.
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know.
Could be.
Okay. Well, so there you go. You can leave your unit for good reasons or bad reasons, but let us know what you think of that.
Or your job in general.
Oh, anybody that responds on social media, we would love to hear, like, tell us what an option for what would we be good at if you're listening and you're not a nurse? What else could we do that's not nursing?
Yours would not be a therapist.
What? I would do you know what? Listen, I have thought of being a life coach. I think I would be a great life coach.
That is very different than a therapist. You would be a great life coach because you're going to say, here's what's wrong with you, and here's how I'm going to fix it for you. And if you do X, Y, and Z, you'll be a better person.
Yeah.
And then if they fail, it's because they didn't do what you said.
This you're just describing most relationships I have, but go ahead.
Yes. But I'm saying therapy, it's not where it's at.
What's the difference between life coaching and therapy?
Well, therapists are just there to support you and help you find your own way.
That no.
I know.
Help you what?
Yeah, it's like having your brain and like yourself like find your best self and find your answers.
This is
And
why I must have failed therapy. I've gone to 2 therapists and I was like, "I don't like this at all."
yeah,
You
you
just
didn't tell me anything on how to fix myself.
no, they just kept telling me the first one, yeah, pretty much said anyway, doesn't matter what they said, it was in college and it was weird. And the second one just kept agreeing with me about everything. "Oh, you're right. You do need to, like, hold this person accountable, and you're absolutely right. You shouldn't be treated that way." I'm like, "Well, I already know that I'm right. How do I fix the situation?" Like, what?
Okay, so that can be our first pulse point question is what job should you not have? I
A
like that.
therapist?
Yeah, I think
Oh.
that's yours. Well, okay, now you can tell me what job should I not have?
Mm. No, Kelly, I think that you're good at lots of things.
Oh, that's so nice. There's a lot of things I should not be.
Yeah, but I can't, like maybe a fashion designer. I don't know that I would buy your clothes.
Sam! That
What?
is hurtful and mean. I have a very distinct style and
Yeah, you sure do.
ugh, fine. Okay. Whatever.
You put me on the spot. What do you want me to say? I think you'd be a great chef. The food that you bring to work always smells really good. I think, like, I don't know about therapy. I don't know that you'd be a great priest,
No.
but, the first thing
I'd
that
be
comes
like, "You know what? You find you."
yeah, see, no. But yeah, then just fashion designer, and I thought, "No, I probably wouldn't wear anything that Kelly designs."
I actually love that. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Do you have a real question?
Yeah, hold on, I gotta open my thing up here. Okay, if you were to invent a new holiday, what would it be, and what are we celebrating?
Ooh, that's fun. Mm, I don't know. It'd be something cheesy, probably. Maybe like a true like friend day, like Mother's Day or Father's Day, like a best friend day.
Mm.
Like
Okay.
Valentine's for best friends, where we, buy each other gifts, we get dressed up, you get Well, this could cause problems because there's only one Valentine. There's only one best friend day.
Oh no.
So it'd be very inclusive, which I feel like or exclusive, which is kind
Mhm.
of
That's not usually your jam.
no, but that's what holidays are, right? Like somebody's getting excluded. That has to be a part of it. So that you feel special when you are included. Oh,
What
that'd be
do
fun. And you go
what
out on like a friend date.
Okay, so that sounds lovely, but I still think that I could do it with 2 best friends. If there are people that have these, what do you call it when there's 3 of them? A throuple?
Thruple. Yeah,
I
you can have
bet
a
they
thruple. Yeah,
with best friends?
yeah,
Okay. See, look
with
at so
anybody.
when
Uh,
someone asks you if I'm tolerant or progressive, you can say, "Yes, Sam is in a throuple of
okay.
best friends."
Okay, so on Valentine's Day, I'm gonna ask if you're going out on a thruple date, and then we'll see how tolerant you are.
Let's do it in front of everyone so I can say yes and they can be confused.
Okay, I
Yeah.
like it. That was a good question, Sam.
Yeah. I don't really have an answer. I think that that was a great one. I trying to think of, like, other things that I'd like to celebrate, like, like, something to celebrate, like, World War II or World War
Mm,
One, and, like,
mm.
the people
Like
of those
Veterans Day?
things. Okay, you're gonna get me on my soapbox. Veterans Day is for anybody that served in the military, right?
Mm. So you
Mem
want like active war veterans.
Memorial Day is for
Mm,
anyone that died in active duty.
okay.
So, stop celebrating people that didn't die in active duty on Memorial Day because the day is not for them, okay? Veterans Day is for them. No, I don't
So
know.
what you're saying again is there are holidays for the one that you wanna create. People just
No,
aren't doing it correctly.
no, like, specifically for one of those world wars. I think they were really big
Mm,
deals, and, like,
sure.
we invested a lot of stuff, and I mean, we have Pearl Harbor Day,
Yeah.
which is no, no, wait, we don't celebrate Pearl Harbor Day. That's not a
Well,
day.
I mean, we have a lot of holidays on the calendar if you look
Yeah,
at it.
I
That
guess
doesn't mean
that's
we
true.
celebrate them all.
I just think, like, an actual federal holiday, like, celebrating, like, US world intervention in the 20th century would be,
Okay.
like, a good thing for us to teach our
That's a
kids.
really good title for it too.
Shut up. What's your next question?
Well, no, this is what's funny, because my very first question, because I think this is going to post around Thanksgiving,
Okay.
is do you actually like Thanksgiving?
Oh, I love Thanksgiving.
Oh, well, there you go. That's not a fun answer.
Uh, okay, wait, the day and, like, what we do or what we're celebrating in Thanksgiving?
Well, let's not go into what we're celebrating because
Okay,
that can just
I was like,
really do
wow.
day of November 20 something.
Okay. Well, I do like celebrating, working together, but I've always really liked Thanksgiving because, like I said, my family's really small. So Christmas was always for family only, but Thanksgiving, you're allowed to like do it with friends and like
Mm,
family friends and their friends. And so Thanksgiving has always been really big in like growing up. And
mhm.
then now, like with my family, we also do it with like other families. And so I love Thanksgiving. I think it's super fun. But
Mm,
I mean, yeah, from a religious perspective, obviously Christmas and Easter
are your
are,
favorites.
well, I just cry the whole
Mm,
time.
yeah,
Like, yeah. So,
yeah. Okay. Yeah.
oh, you
Um,
didn't ask
I'm
about my
I'm
favorite.
a hit or miss on Thanksgiving. I'm not a big fan of the food. Um, no. I mean, it's good, but like you spend all day cooking so that everybody can eat for 20 minutes. Half of it
Mm,
gets like thrown out. The
mm.
kids don't want anything but the mashed potatoes and one slice of turkey and then whatever the dessert is. Um, I don't know. It's not my favorite. And
Okay.
that's it.
Well,
That's
you're
it.
allowed to not like it, but sweet potatoes and
Ugh.
cranberry sauce and green bean
Ew.
casserole. I don't even
No.
eat turkey. I don't even
No.
eat the turkey. I eat
Nope.
everything else.
Nope. I don't like any of that.
What?
See, and then, my mother-in-law always puts on a beautiful Thanksgiving. She does all, like, the traditional food and stuff, I feel like it would just, I don't know, an old friend of mine, her and her mom just like go to a restaurant and go out to a movie every year on Thanksgiving. Like they've created their own little tradition. I think that's kind of fun.
I mean, I guess that's fun. That's fine. I'm like, now I'm excited. I'm like, yes, Thanksgiving's coming. I love it.
All right,
I hate
have fun.
on Thanksgiving. Okay. Um, what's the strangest place you've ever had to use a restroom at?
Oh gosh, that's a loaded question. I have bathroom problems, Samantha, and so I know where every public restroom is in this entire city.
Okay.
Every single one.
One.
So I mean, hmm, when okay. when I was a kid, so this is before my bathroom problems. I'm latchkey generation, so I came home by myself at, the age of 7 or something. I don't know. But we had like a deadbolt. I couldn't find the key. We lived on 150 acres. There was no way I was making it to the house on time, and I pooped in the field.
Okay. On your own property.
On my own property. There was no choice. There was nobody home. The key wasn't working. I mean, there's nobody around. So
No, that seems reasonable. That
yeah.
was like less weird than what I thought you were going to tell me.
Oh,
For sure.
there was a place in Mexico.
Where I thought this was going to start.
We were my husband and I were in like a local market. Like this isn't like touristy, right? Yeah. This is like there's very different meat smells and all this stuff around. And I really had to go to the bathroom, and you had to pay like, I don't know, 10 pesos or something like that. But they sent me upstairs where there was like, it was kind of like a horror movie. Like it was just like this abandoned like warehouse, and there was just like one like stall like in a corner with like a hole to go in. Oh. That was interesting.
Yeah.
But there was no choice. Like we weren't even we weren't even close to the ocean at this point. Like I couldn't even just like go in and pee in the ocean. Like I had to go.
That's it. I did pee in a hole in like the top of a mountain in India. I had forgotten about that. Like we were like hiking the Himalayas. And
when did you do this? How did I not even know that you've been to India?
Because you don't know everything about me.
Well, we haven't worked together long enough.
It was in college. Philip will tell you that he's never smelled any worse smell, even after 4 years of playing football, than my bag and me when I got back from that month-long trip. Yeah. But yeah, we like hiked to like this top of this mountain thing, and the only bathroom like in the whole town that we could use was in like, it was very bizarre. But yeah, it was just like built up on with just a little hut over the top of it, and every potty there is a squatty potty.
Yeah.
But we all like had the runs from the food that we were having to eat. So it was a rough day.
I just pictured like you were hanging off the edge of a mountain and like everybody's poo just falling.
No, it wasn't like that. And then when I was in not Ecuador, what's the other country with the big hole? The big like, oh my gosh, Belize. Thank you. Wow. I thought that I was in a place where no one could see me because our bus had broken down, and it turns out that I was the only one of like the 7 women that ran out there that stood directly underneath a spotlight for our whole bus to watch me drop my.
Oh my gosh, I completely forgot about another one.
Mm.
My husband and I were in Mexico again, and we rented a Volkswagen convertible.
Mm.
And then we were driving around the island of Cozumel. We're in the middle of the jungle, and it breaks down. Of course.
Because it's a VW.
I had to go. So same thing. We're in the middle of nowhere. I'm on the side of the road, and I'm just like, screw it. And I just like start going. And right then a tourist like van drives by, and literally like I'm in the middle of this. Like there's nothing to be done besides just smile and wave.
That's our local American.
you know, just waiting for somebody to help us. Hi.
Oh, did they stop to help you?
No, somebody had stopped before that.
Oh,
And they were driving into the town to call like our rental company to bring us a car. And
yeah.
then they brought us a car to repair it or to switch out like an hour later. And it had a roof and then it started pouring down rain. So it
Oh,
was kind of a fun little moment. But then I felt really bad for the guys that were trying to fix the car with no top.
yeah. Well, that's true. Well, that worked out for you. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's, I mean, what do you do? We all have to pee.
Yeah.
But it would be nice if we could just do it like a boy. I do have one son that still pulls his pants all the way down to his ankles when we're like on a hike or something to pee. The other ones have figured it out, but not
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah. That's all right.
But his little booty's so cute. He's still so little. Um, okay, can I ask you one more question that has to do with this?
Sure.
Because it has been bothering me.
Okay.
What is the right etiquette for the bathroom at work, Kelly? Do you check it and it's locked and then disappear and pretend like
Yes.
you don't
Yes.
stand in the hallway?
No.
No.
No, I don't stand in the hallway. I
Okay. I'm
check
not.
it. If it's locked, I either go somewhere else or I go back to work and I come back or
Is that
no,
the right answer? Is that the courteous thing to do?
I feel like it is in
Okay.
our world,
Okay.
because we have this one little bathroom. It's right next to our break room. It's right where everybody is coming and going. And I don't like walking out and being like, hi, especially if the bathroom smells, because I don't poop in that bathroom. That's not the pooping bathroom. That's
Okay.
also etiquette. But you go in there and it already smells. And so you
Mhm.
pee real quick and then you come out and there's somebody waiting and you feel the need to say, that is not my smell. But if
It's
nobody was
scary.
standing there, then I don't have to explain myself.
Okay. All right. I feel like that's the right answer, but this last like stretch, I was like, I have to pee so bad that I can't manage to go away and do stuff and
Mhm.
then come
I
back
just
and
I
check.
just use the lobby bathroom, not on the adult side, but the pediatric lobby bathroom, they clean that thing constantly. I think it's cleaner than our staff bathroom.
Mm, really?
If I have to go that badly, yes.
Oh, I'll try and walk down the hall to the elevators.
Mm,
Okay. Well, as I was standing there leaning up against the counter, I was like, I got to ask Kelly if I'm doing the right thing or not because I feel like
you're
there
not.
are opinions about this.
Yeah,
I
there are
feel
for
like I'm
sure.
okay. Well, now I know. All right. Anything else you got?
Well, I have a bunch, but we're over time. So, um, yeah, we'll just save them for next time.
Okay. They'll still be pertinent.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Awesome. Well, thanks you guys for listening. We appreciate it. We're working hard to make this entertaining and therapeutic in its own way, although not real therapy because I would be horrible at that apparently. Um, but we'll see you next time here at the Nurses Station.
Bye.